What are your initial thoughts on round one against Minnesota?
It's a very difficult opponent. They've played as well as anyone, lately, and I believe they're one of 4 teams in the top 10 in offense and defense. So they present a lot of problems.
You guys have only faced them the one time in February since trading for Luka, and even then, I think they were without Redick for that matchup. I guess how do you anticipate going about the preparation, the scouting, just in terms of the matchup? We had games the last 6-7 weeks where we hadn't played the team since AD was on the team. We didn't have Luka, so we have a way of prepping based on previous games against Luka. We have a general idea of what their rules are, just like they have a general idea of what our rules are. So I don't think it doesn't necessarily matter that we don't have anything on tape with both teams at full strength.
JJ, you said that during the game you would worry about you'd control what you could control. Were you getting any updates about anything during the game? Was that something you had told people you just didn't want to know anything?
I accidentally got one. I literally, Bob had written down the Clippers score in the second half and on a box score, and I happened to come across it, and then I put it out of my brain, and then I just kept coaching. So, we got to watch the game just now. It was a fantastic game, and both those teams are really high level.
Along those lines, you've got your players are all in there together watching it. You're watching it together as a staff. Just kind of a unique situation to have that as your team building and different things like that. Just shared experiences like that. What's the value in those things?
Yeah, a lot of value. We'll get together Tuesday night and watch the play-in together. We'll spend some time Tuesday, Wednesday introducing a little bit of playoff stuff, but it's not necessarily going to be everything at once this week. We'll have to slow drip, and I think that's the approach that I think is going to work best for our group. So Tuesday will be more about us. Wednesday we'll introduce Minnesota. It gives our coaching staff now, basically 3 full days, and then we can sort of map out what we want to do in terms of Minnesota prep Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, potentially Saturday.
You told us pregame that part of your approach to mapping out the time in between the regular season and the postseason would be to consult with your players. How valuable will the tape be potentially from Dallas playing the Wolves in the conference finals last year, and how will you approach kind of mining information from Luka as you prep?
In my playing career, that happened a lot. There's regular season and there's playoffs, and oftentimes it's not completely different things, but there are nuances to what teams are trying to do against certain opponents. Greg was on Phoenix last year and got swept by Minnesota. Sorry, Greg. Just stating a fact. So he's got a good level of experience as well. It was literally the thing he said to me as soon as the game was over. So we have a lot of work to do, and they're a really good basketball team.